G'day everyone and welcome to Heat Check. I am Matty G and joining me as he does every Friday, every Saturday, depending on where you live in this globe, is the one, the only Mr. Jake Skidmore. You know him as @FilthyIFS. We're going to look at today's games. There's been two of them. So we're going to get through our preview really quickly. We're going to talk about strategic ads for the weekend, where you can bump that up. And is there going to be some Andrew Wiggins slander today? Who knows? I'll tell you who does. Skiddy knows, and he's coming up with the pod right after this.
You are now listening to the Insight Fantasy Sports Podcast.
Will we be hearing the Andrew Wiggins hate speech today? Yes or no?
Shit. I mean, he's definitely deserved it. He's showing a little bit more this game. Still hasn't hit a 3, so but I don't
0
care
from
anymore,
3 currently.
I've dropped his ass anyway. He's been dog shit this year. So I think even if he's not coming out and scoring at least 20 this game, then yeah, no, it's well deserved. Good to see you, Matty G. You gorgeous
You
man.
too, my man. You beautiful man. Two bearded men just getting on. Look, this is this text that I did receive from you earlier today. I am literally reading from our text. Don't mind the half-naked photo. That you always seem to buzz me or FaceTime me when I'm in the shower, by the way, and I always seem to answer. I'm hammering into Wiggins tonight on the pod if he has a shit one today. Yep. And he hasn't been shit so far, as you said. We are recording this. We're just going to throw this out there into the wild earlier than we usually do the Heat Check pod, Skiddy. We've got 2 games on. We've just started. We're about to wrap up, actually, the third quarter of action in the OKC Warriors game. Oklahoma is ahead by 2 points, rolling into the fourth quarter. And look, the streams. Let's talk about these guys and how they've turned up for the day. Mate, what are you liking? Who are you seeing? And where were you on your money with your streams for the day?
Yeah, so I did not have any streams for actually, no, that's not true. I took Hugo Highsmith today in the Brooklyn versus Miami game. That turned out to be shit house. And my direct opponent picked up Duncan Robinson just about 20 minutes before me, so that pissed me off. Duncan had another good game in the starting lineup. I know you told everyone this is Kuminga's game, and so far in the third quarter, he has 18, 5, 2, and a block. So good one on you there, my friend.
Well, mate, he's up to 19 now. Two assists, a block in there, 6 rebounds as well. 1 from 3 from deep, 4 from 5, 7 from 11. Efficient. I just see Kuminga's value always being better than Moody's value when Draymond's out, because I think that fits. I think that fits Kuminga's style more. I missed out on him in one of the FBI leagues, whatever. I put a bid on and some guy outbid me for him, which was, I knew someone would be stupid because Dario Saric was the guy that everyone was targeting. But when those guys that everybody targets comes off the board, who do you look to next? Well, Super Dario's playing well. 500 from the field, perfect from the line, 2 from 3 from deep, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Not bad at all. This is what we're going to be looking at right now. Pretty much you could roll this unit out there again. Kuminga will be the starter. Why? Because Chris Paul, who's he filling in for today, mate? Steph. Of
course, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. So I think Kuminga is going to serve himself with the most long-term value ad-wise in this team with these injuries out. And they started Looney. Were you intrigued to see Looney start on the bench today and Saric started at center?
I actually was. I don't know if that was because of the matchup with Chet, and then OKC team are a little bit smaller in every other position. But when Looney came on, god damn, he destroyed them. He looked like a man amongst boys under there. He was rebounding everything, offensive glass, putbacks, and he was taking a lot of shots too. He's currently got 11 and 8 with the steal. Not bad numbers for Loons, but
this is what Loons does. Yeah. This is what Loons does when he's got that big body and he's a great little rebound stream and a good field goal percentage stream as well. And he did. Chet obviously was the biggest bloke on the court to start off this game. He towers over Saric. Saric has got 3 rebounds. Looney has got at this point, what was it? 8? Yeah, he's got 8. But the fact that old mate Chet's out there getting 10 rebounds in this game, it's a huge rebounding game from him. He hasn't hit a 3, but perfect from the line. He's doing the Chet things, 2 blocks. We love that from Chet. Yep. I've loved being a Chet owner this season. I let everybody take Wemby off in the second round, hoping to target Chet later. That was my move. I was like, look, I'm just going to let I'm going to let Victor go off the board, and I'm going to hope that I can get Chet strategically somewhere that I like him. And I managed to do that. The one thing to really note is this one is I think this is a bit of a better Josh Giddey game. And I want to say that. Can I give you a bit of a hot take? Can I give you one of these ones?
Give it to me, Mr. J.
There is a buy low window on Josh Giddey.
Mm-hmm.
I think people, especially like Australian punters, and you might be in an international league, you might be in Australia. We obviously love our Aussie blokes. Everyone just loves good basketball players. We don't like shit ones. That's fair enough to say. But Josh hasn't been Gids. Can I call him Josh? Are we on a first name basis, Skiddy, you think?
Can't say why not, mate. He's Aussie. We're Aussie. Why not?
Well, Joshua Giddey has not been performing up to his ADP this season so far. I think there's
that's the opposite of being Australian. We don't call people by their first name. We call them by their nickname. So I would say
Gids.
We call him Gids. Yeah,
Gids. Yeah, Gids. Yeah. Gids is buy low. You can buy low on Gids. Now, today won't help you cause anything because he's gone 3 from 3 from deep, and that never happens. That is an absolute outlier for the guy. But again, this is an OKC team that is performing well without him at 100%. In fact, since we've started the pod, they've now blown out their lead from being a 2-point game to 94-85. They can put it together seemingly at any point in time through Shea, through Chet, through Isaiah Joe, who we also said was a stream of threes. Yep, 4 from deep today. Here's the one you want to get in there. And Kayson Wallace was the guy that we said was you want to keep your eye on him as being the most consistent stream. He's at 7 points, plus 13, 3 from 5, 1 from deep. Look, 3 assists in the steal is nice from Kayson. But we can't talk about this game much more because it's still in progress, Skiddy. Let's talk about the other day. Yeah, let's talk about the other game. We should probably do this. We just ended up doing it, but how's this? This is going to be the shortest rewind we've done. It's going to be one game. Here we go. We'll play the... There you go. Look, your buy low window is officially closed on Mikal Bridges, as far as I'm concerned.
I can agree with that too. But it's still the percentage is still rough, man. Like I don't know what's going on with Mikal. Well, he had 6 of 15 today for 40%. The free throws were nice though, but the assist and the rebounds, that's nice coming in with the 23 points. Normally he goes like he'll get like 8 boards and 6 assists with like 12 points. And you go, what the hell's that? Or the other game he'll have 31 points with 5 rebounds and 2 assists. And you go, what's going on here? But it's nice to see a bit of an all-rounded game. But I think we should lead off with the main thing here, mate. Jimmy fucking Butler. That's a big Jimmy game right there.
Can we say that this one is this one right here? That it's very, very nice. It's very nice. It's very nice. But this was I guess the proverbial shutting also of the Jimmy Butler buy low window. Because people see this. And when it's a game like this, let's be honest. Let's not F about here, fantasy managers. When you see a game like this and he's on your team and you were thinking about dropping that guy and you're like, I took him in the fucking second round. Oh, fuck. Oh, he's shithouse. Is he going to play? Fuck. Oh, my season's done. And then he goes and puts together 36 points, 3 blocks, a steal, 3 assists, 5 rebounds, 10 from 11 from the line, a couple of threes in there with excellent efficiency. You're like, oh, Jimmy, I love you. Yeah. And you're not going to let him go for cheap. You might not let him go now for a little while. So this is where you have to ride. Yeah, it's a roller coaster. You're going to have to ride the wave, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was sensational by him. And as we said earlier as well, another great performance by Duncan Robinson, 26 points, 57% shooting with 6 threes, 4 from the line. Fantastic there. Again, it's a bit empty with everything else. All he had else was 2 assists, but you'll take that from a waiver wire stream from Duncan. You knew what you were going for when you picked him up, and I think he outplayed it with 6 threes. So definitely happy with that. Bam, 27 for 2 steals, no blocks actually this time. So another good game from Bam, and the Heat are just rolling. It's just. And
can I shout out to Hot Bam? I just want to pull you up on Bam right there because we're in a bit of a punters group. Do never take Bam Adebayo for 4.5 assists. Just don't do it because when that's on your betting slip, he is going to get 4 every single bloody day of the week on your punting slip. Don't do it. Make the alternative assist line and take your 3.5 for a little bit of less extra cash. Do not do 4.5. I'm talking to you, Phil Unfiltered. Do not take 4.5. But Haskes Jr., who I also Haskes, if you're talking in the Spanish.
Haskes Jr.
Jr.
Mate,
Another nice.
When Tyler Hero went out, if someone told me, hey, Homie Huckers was the guy to pick up on this Miami Heat team, right? I would have told you, mate, they've got other guys in the pecking order. There's Josh Richardson, there's Duncan Robinson, could even go Kevin Love, Caleb Martin. Huckers is coming out here and he is just performing in most categories just every game. And he's been fitting in seamlessly into this Heat team. So big shout out to him. Great Mo too. Love that.
Great Mo.
Yeah.
I also did call out a bit of value, some sneaky value when the hot guys went off the board. Josh Richardson value. I was very curious from the jump about him. Again, Kyle Lowry just continues. Look, I'm not going to disparage 3 steals from a guy in a game, but 3 assists, only taking 4 shots in 25 minutes, and they're rolling out Josh to fill in. Kyle today? No, he was 1 from 3.
No. But he got 3 points, 3 boards, 3 assists, 3 steals.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. 3. I thought you had a stutter for a second. I was unsure. Yeah. Josh Richardson was the guy I said, we want to keep our eye on in this team because they brought him back for a reason. This is seed planning. Now, he's gone 1 from 5 from deep. He drops in another one of those. I think, I'm going to call it. I think fantasy managers are generally tied to double digits everything. Yeah. I think if you guy and you see 10 plus points, you're happy that it's in double digits. You tend to ignore the peripherals. Today, he went 3 from 7, Josh Richardson, 1 from 5 from deep, perfect from the line. And you see the 1 from 5, and that's shit. If he gets 2 from 5, all of a sudden he has 11 points, and your little ears perk up. Your little meerkat manager ears perk up. You're like, oh, he got 11 points. Oh, he got 2 rebounds. Oh, 3 assists. Oh, two steals. And you give it more attention. Look for guys like that under the radar. They have an opportunity to perform better. His percentages haven't been there. He started off injured. He'll play his way back in. And I think there's definitely going to be some real merit to streaming Josh Richardson over the course of this season. But look, Butler's big game today. Highsmith was out. And again, a shout out to McDowell. I called it out on last night's pod. I said I know exactly what he's done. I'm up against him in our league, Skiddy, in my friends and family league, against him. And I was touting and espousing taking Duncan Robinson. I didn't have anyone to drop. And McDowell picked him up and he dropped 6 threes and he's narrowed that gap on me in our week this week. So big shout out to our bloke there. But that's pretty much all we can take away from this game. I think the Brooklyn Nets. The
only thing I had on Brooklyn was Claxton looked a little bit better today. He's his minutes are just bumping that a little bit more.
Yep.
Sharps were down now. Yep. It was about 24-20. So now they're still kind of going a bit more of the Finney Smith and Royce O'Neal combo at center power forward. I thought Cam Johnson looked a little bit better today as well. And
I'm so happy. If you look at my ownership list, I'm in all but one league, a Cam Johnson owner. I held on for him for the first 3 weeks of the season, and I've absolutely loved what I'm seeing from him today. But it's only on 27 minutes. They're still restricting him. 3 from 6 from deep. This is why I have him in I-League. Shout out to I-League. Shout out to Carl Moore. Shout out Mo Bamba. But
the only thing I was going to touch on was I thought Lonnie Walker just played a sensational game offensively. He didn't do stuff all else, but he really picked it up when the Nets looked like they had nothing left. And he just picked it up and scored. Can be a nice point streamer. That's all I got. And the only other thing was everyone that was sucking off Dinwiddie after that good game, his last game, not as great this game. No. 10, 5, and 7 assists, shooting 22%, so that'll be great. And then also 66 from the line, so that sucks. But the assists are also the main thing that you're going to be wanting from Dinwiddie. He had 7 of them, so that's good.
And he's owned in a majority of leagues right now as well, especially with old mate Benny Simmons been out for a while. He's owned in 75% of Yahoo leagues. So you're not picking him up.
It really hurts Dinwiddie. It's like Dinwiddie doesn't know really what to do when Simmons is there. So I guess you're right up for now. But this is probably, if he has another good game before Simmons comes back, if Simmons comes back, it'd probably be the time where you want to look for trades with Dinwiddie to sell high because it's not the same when Simmons is there.
Yeah, he's absolutely a sell high guy. Which brings us to interesting news around the league. I want to talk about something I'm a little bit high on. Someone who I know that you're a little bit high on because you just think he's the sexiest man. Who am I talking about? Let's talk about that. Here is your NBA update. I don't know what to bloody make of this guy right now because I watched footage from TMZ today of Kelly Oubre Jr. walking into his house, dragging his BMX bike after his alleged car accident. Yep. So I don't know what's going on here, but I'm just going. This is fantasy relevant because now from being out for 30 games, he's possibly be back at the end of November, and he's dragging a BMX bike. The one thing is not him walking into the apartment. The thing for me was him dragging the BMX bike with, like, it was when you're a kid and you hurt yourself and you drag your bike home to your mum and dad. I got
a boo-boo on my knee.
I got a boo-boo. I got a boo-boo on my knee. And your bike wheels turn. It's not moving. His bike back wheel wasn't turning. He was dragging it through. Like he wasn't rolling it in. So I don't know what the hell. Did he miraculously walk away from this accident with broken ribs and whatever, has got home, thought he was like just being like, this doesn't feel right, and then he's gone in? What the hell is going on with Kelly Oubre?
Don't know, mate. He's still sexy as hell, so that's all I have to say about it. I'm not going to diminish or slander Kelly Oubre ever. You will never see me slander Oubre.
I will make you slander Oubre by the end of the season. But that leads us into this one. Yeah, we're looking at injury updates and news. Yo,
start that, mate. Isaiah Joe is fucking cash. He's 5 from 3 at the moment. He has 15 points. Hasn't done anything else, but jeez, he's cash.
But this is why you get Isaiah Joe. If you're in a league like we're in ball league, right? So 3-point percentage is an option. So you got to look for those guys, especially it's a 20-man league deep. And Isaiah Joe, I'll look him up right now. There's no way anyone's got him. There is absolutely no way in our league. Have you got it there right now?
Because it's a low impact day.
I would have brought him in if I was looking to target someone today. I'll go into players right now in this I League. Let me see if I can add Isaiah Joe. Look, the thing is this though. Every time I've said ever, like you could probably draft him in. Yeah, he's a free agent. He's widely available. He's widely available in ESPN, in Yahoo.
It's like Duncan.
He's right. Actually, this is something. Here's a really interesting stat on Isaiah Joe. He is rostered in 0.5% of leagues.
Surely
he's not even rostered in 1% of leagues. It's for the streaming today. And that's unreal. Because if you needed a streaming spot on a low volume day, you bring him in. If you're
you'd probably go Kaysam Wallace first.
Yep, 100%.
Probably, but
100%
if you needed threes, that's the bloke I'd be looking at. I mean, it'd be Duncan if Duncan was gone, and then it'd be Isaiah Joe.
100%. And that's the thing you need to look at. Like, who is available? And now, if you're in a 20-man league, people be flying off your waiver wire, left, right, and center. You're going to be left with the scrap sometimes. But okay, if you're looking at the waiver wire, you're looking for someone in the first place. So take the best available guy with the position you have. You're still dropping someone. Like, I don't know why we get tied to this notion that, it's not who I wanted. It's not Duncan. I almost snapped up Duncan against Mick just to really piss him off and to put 3 points out of his reach for the week. But I'm in this team. You've got to be smart with it. And again, I use one of my own teams as a thing, and I'll bring it up right here for one of my own teams. Exactly my point right now. So in my team against Mick, we're 4-5. I'm down 1 cat. I'm absolutely getting destroyed on points, rebounds, assists, and I'm down 2 blocks. So if I can get some blocks back. My field goal percentage this week, by the way, sucked ass. My free throw percentage is pretty strong. I'm at 870. Yeah. But it's 4-5. Now I'm about 100 and something points behind, but this is my bench, mate. I've got Wendell Carter Jr. Well, by the way, there's no IL spot. There's no IL spot, no IL plus. And you're in the same league. So you could look at my roster. We could look at each other's. Now, he's got Joel as a game time decision. He's got Anthony Simons, who he's holding because he doesn't want to drop him. And Booker is a game time decision. Booker just came back and just lit it up.
Yeah, Book should play, yeah.
Book should play. I've got Wendell Carter Jr., who's out.
Yep.
I've got Donovan Mitchell, game time decision. And he's only got it's only a 2 Cav week game this week as well. That hurts. I've got Miles Bridges, who hasn't played all season. I picked him up last week on the waivers. Yeah. And I've got Ja Morant, who I drafted on draft day with I'll bring him up. Where's his history? I said if he ever fell to me around pick 100, I was going to take him. And because I knew it was coming back to Matty, who's a big Memphis Grizzlies fan, I drafted Ja with the 7th pick in the 8th round at number 91 overall, knowing that I have to grim and bear it until the end. You were there with us, like, Matty, yeah, look, it's big, it's risky. We'll see.
Yep, 100%. We'll see if he can return it when he gets back. So
I thought maybe I should drop Sohan in my league.
Geez, that's tough.
That's exactly.
It's 20 teams. It's 20 teams, man. It's 20 teams. Like, fuck. It's hard to drop.
In our league, in my league, it's only 12 teams. In our one, in my friends' family, it's 12.
Yeah,
but it's hard. You got to make a really cutthroat decision in our league, mate. Like, you've got to do it. So the only guys I would drop would be, look, I'll call out my team. I've never done this before on a pod. I'll call out my team. I've got Don Mitchell, Franz Wagner. I picked up Kobe White, and he was trash the other day, but I don't want to do the thing where I overreact to Kobe. He was trash, but he was playing well until then. So I didn't want to overreact and knee-jerk. Cam Johnson, Jaron Jackson Jr., Miles Bridges, Chet Holmgren, Wendell Carter Jr., Onyeka Okongwu, Emmanuel Quickly, Jason Tatum, Sohan, and Morant. Morant. I like my team.
Tough. You got to make cutthroat decisions, mate.
What's been the toughest one for you this season, like for this year? Your toughest one?
I really didn't want to let Wiggins go, but I just had no faith in him anymore, so I pissed him off pretty quickly. My toughest one, other than that, is still holding Cam Thomas. I still have faith in him. I feel like he can replenish a lot of points that are there when he comes back to Brooklyn. So that was a tough one to decide whether I wanted to hold or if I wanted to just get rid of it, but I've decided to hold through. So other than that, I can't really think of many where I've
Did you drop D'Anthony Melton in our league after you picked him up when he was sucking?
He was. No, I didn't drop him because he was sucking. I dropped him because someone else came available and I had to make a decision whether I wanted to do it. And it was a good pickup because I ended up winning that round. So it was.
Thank you, by the way, because I picked up D'Anthony Melton after I missed out to D'Anthony Melton. I ended up picking him up from you, and now he's been on a heater for the last few games. So this is the thing. It's a roller coaster in tight leagues like this. And then you picked up Derek White yesterday, who I was trying to get too, by the way. I didn't pick up that. I didn't pick up Derek White because, again, 10 people in a 10-team league, it's really tough. But I bring this up for a very important reason, because you need to make cutthroat decisions. And I want to talk about this guy. There must be some Kirsten Dunsters in the atmosphere. Darius Garland. No, don't you start with me, because I know that your heart is bigger than an oxen's for the Cleveland Cavaliers. In fact, I actually want to purchase you Cleveland Cavaliers curtains, because those ones behind you disgust me half the time. And I want to get you better curtains. Look, I'm just saying, Darius Garland has been cold this season. He has not been good.
Well, he's been injured half the season. Let's remember that too.
And this is what we're talking about for the injury update for the weekend and for the game ahead. See the segue. There's a segue. We're moving it. So he's injured again with Donovan Mitchell for the Cavs tomorrow. So let's just talk about the games looking ahead for the next day when we're doing a little bit of our preview and our big one, because the big news injury-wise is Garland and Mitchell are both game-time decisions, as too is Alex Caruso. Other guys, including this one, Amen Thompson and Anthony Davis and LeBron are again listed as game time decisions. Gabe Vincent has been pushed back. RJ Hampton is game time decision to get some more guard depth from the Miami Heat, and they need it. And again, Markelle Fultz is injured.
Right.
So he is still expected to be out through the next game for Markelle Fultz. So he's still dealing with his issue. And Devin Booker is still out. You go down this list right here, and you've got guys out until Malcolm Brogdon out. Vassell's out. Where are you looking for value this weekend, possibly? Because tomorrow is a 11-game day, 22 teams. What's on your agenda to stream in for the weekend?
I don't think that there's... Because you'd only pretty much have one spot. So I'd probably let this one fly. Tomorrow, you're pretty much going to have a full team anyway. If I didn't... If I had an open roster spot, I think, that's a great question. Just because I don't see where majority would be able to go. Utah, no. I mean, Skylar Mays. If Skylar Mays is still available, I'd have a swing on Skylar Mays from Portland. He's obviously got the starting point guard position there. Yep. Reggie Jackson for Denver, if he's still not available, then that's probably a good pickup. If Brown is still ill and Porzingis isn't ready to go, Sam Hauser for threes, that's probably not a bad shout.
Yep.
I I mean, shit, you can ride the wave with Kevin Herter from the Kings as well. If he's still on the wire, that's probably not a bad pickup there. I don't like anyone from Philly unless Covington's still there. His fantasy profile's nice, so you could have a swing on that.
Yep.
Miles Bridges has been confirmed for tomorrow as well for the Hornets.
He has been confirmed. That's going to be an exercise, and it's versus the Bucks, which are a big team as well. So this is going to be a
game time.
Yep.
So Giannis might not play, so that would be.
Portis becomes an absolute must-add. Portis becomes an absolute must-add in this situation. He should be.
Portis should already be with Crowder out. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. And the thing is this: you will be able to pick up Bobby Portis in leagues, because I did this the other night when I said you want to pick up Bobby Portis, and he's gone up and up. In fact, my opponent McDell picked him up this week. This is the thing. He's gone up another 6%. So he was at 67%. Yes, he was at 60% earlier this week. He is now at 73% rostered in Yahoo leagues. So anytime you hear that old mate Giannis is out, Portis becomes just a must-add bloke, like every single time. Is it doing your head in?
No. One on that, Portis doesn't even start. They started Jackson when Giannis was out, but he's still got the bulk of the minutes. No, I had my head in my hands because fucking Isaiah Joe's hit another 3. He's 7 of 7. He has 21 points, 5 boards, 2 steals, and has not missed a shot. This is outrageous.
Did you have a bet on that? Did you have it? Is that what you were rubbing? I thought it might be a punt.
I just like Isaiah Joe, and just seeing shooting like this is fantastic. And look, okay, so you're up 20 now with 4 minutes to go, but I just love watching when someone's just getting on that hot streak and just cashing it. And geez, Isaiah Joe is it right now.
Well, then look, because it's such a big game tomorrow, Skiddy, let's give the people what they want. Let's give them punts.
The Isaiah Joe show.
It's really just cash central for him. Let's see if he can finish the game with 100% from 3.
I would love to see. Especially at 7.
Wait, hold it. I'm doing these ones live on StatMuse. StatMuse. I'm going to see last player perfect more 3s.
I'm pretty sure the record is Ben Gordon with 8, I believe.
It is, last most 3s 100% in a game. It's Klay Thompson is something the most 3s in a game. Though I know that's one percentage wise, most 3s percentage in a game. We have to do a deep dive on this one before the end of it.
I'm pretty sure it's Ben Gordon at 8.
Well, there's been 45 players are tied for the best 3-point percentage in a game. The first 3 are Kyle Lowry and Seth Curry and Garrett Temple on Wednesday. Now, I don't know where the hell this has happened, and Koulibaly. I don't know when this happened, 3-point percentage, but the most volume of 3s, though, is what I want to see. I've got to look at this one. Here we go. 3 points made. Here we go. The most that I'm going through.
Ben Gordon and Latrell Sprewell both hit 9 threes without a miss in a game. Ben Gordon on the 14th of April 2006 and also on March 21st, 2012. Latrell Sprewell, Feb 4, 2003.
The most this season has been Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson versus the Knicks this year is 4 from 4, the most 100% game in the NBA this season. Thank you, Jalen. That's my bloke. That's my waiver guy pick up. Let's do this. Let's do this one. Let's do our punts. Let's get to the preview.
He's heating up.
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is some fun Skiddy and I have. Let's get out our app so we can do this together. We have a bit of a punt system. And talking about punts, if you love a punt, if you want to be hooked up with one of the finest side hustles in the country, make sure you check out Bonus Bets. They are a proud sponsor of us right here. And Bonus Bank, their bonus bet system. Bonus Bank, it's basically Australia's #1 matched betting site. Now, Bonus Bank's tutorials can get you started to win money from today, and you can make your first $75 for free through Bonus Bank. All these tabs, all the sports bet, all these places give you bonus bets. Bonus bets, bonus bets, bonus bets. If you lose one, get this one, get your money back, all this stuff. These guys teach you how to maximize it. That's what Bonus Bank does. You can go to premium for less than $2 a day. And if you use promo code INSIGHT, you get 25% off your first month. Make sure you do that one. Use promo code INSIGHT. Get onto Bonus Bank. On average, Bonus Bank members are making $2.5K in the first 2 months. Low risk, risk-free if you follow the tutorials. And again, use promo code INSIGHT. And we put our punt together. Let's go through the games right now and important notes.
Just quickly,
we are looking
when the
at.
hell did they become a sponsor?
Our one. Here we go. Where is it? The Heat Check Pool. Heat Check Pool. Let's go to the group home for the NBA for tomorrow. We are looking at sports. We are looking at the NBA. Who do we like tomorrow, buddy?
Quickly, when did they become our sponsor? Because I should have been notified about this immediately. I want to know more. I'll DM you.
Mate, I'm in thing because I see Kyle Kuzma's name pop up the second that I do this. I see Uncle Kyle Kuzma's name in the Washington Wizards like almost immediately when I do this, and I immediately get scared again because we have lost the last two based around anything to do with Kyle Kuzma. So I'm freaking out already.
Wizards suck, so I'm just going to go the Knicks.
All right, cool. So we're going to go the Knicks for the win straight away. So instant winners for this tomorrow. Let's go through the game. So Bucks and Hornets, and we'll talk fantasy chat in the way. Again, fantasy, Bobby Portis here for the Hornets, Miles Bridges, Brandon Miller probably won't see much run. Very just curious to see it. But if you do need some rebounds and blocks, if they keep the center rotation, Nick Richards would be the pull there. Any bets stand out for you as a potential game for this one? LaMelo? Is there any LaMelo odds or even Lillard odds you like?
Yeah, I kind of don't mind Dame. I just want to see. It's kind of going to be a hard one, just depending on if Giannis plays or not. Last time out, the Bucks won by 9, and LaMelo had a triple double actually, which is nice. I'm not saying to bet on the triple double, but I'd probably take LaMelo for 20 points, 6 boards, and 8 assists. I think that's pretty comfortable for LaMelo. It does depend on Giannis, obviously, but don't mind that. I would happily back in with how much points the Hornets give up on the perimeter. I would take Malik Beasley. I'm going to sit with his hot run. I'll take him for 2 threes.
Malik Beasley, 2 threes. I'm going to say with this one as well. Also, 11 of the Bucks' last 12 road games against Eastern Conference opponents have gone over the total match points line. So I'm probably looking at the Bucks over game right here. Over 235 is the line right now. So I'm thinking we're looking at one of those ones as a potential for us. Sacramento Kings and San Antonio.
I think this is a real wait, though. We've got to wait and see if Giannis is playing or not.
We have to wait and see on Giannis one right now. Next game up that I've got here, we've got the Knicks and the Wizards. I am not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
Knicks, Wizards suck. Knicks.
Okay, fine. I'm just going to push Knicks. I'm going to push Knicks as a win. We're not going to take anything. We're just going to put Knicks instantly for the win right there. Fantasy-wise, Quentin Grimes. This is my little thing.
Target acquired.
I'm watching you, Quentin Grimes. I'm watching you steadily getting minutes. RJ Barrett's getting out. Yes.
No. And Quentin got an injury in that last game against the Hawks. He did. That's what increased Josh Hart's minutes.
And this is what I'm just watching what happens with Quentin Grimes because he's starting to look better. It's not an ad right now. This is just put him on your radar and watch what happens. When RJ Barrett eventually cools off a little bit, and look, will he? I don't know, but he might regress. But Quentin's still the starter, and he's been playing better in this team. He was the holdover who had that mini breakout at the end of last year. I've said it before. I'm just keeping my eyes on Quentin Grimes. And the East Coast cooler. I'm drinking the cooler parlay. I can't say that enough. I am definitely bringing in Bilal Coulibaly for the game if I can, if he is on my waiver wires, helping to get me some defensive stats. And his efficiency has been up, Skiddy.
No, I agree. It was a great call by you. I wasn't as high on Bilal, but I didn't think he was going to be this good this quick. And he's really showing that he can do it all. So, yeah, I thought he was going to be like just a defensive stats streamer at points, but shit, he's showing some offensive game too. I like that.
Can I give you one of these ones? A little bit of a
hot.
Was he that hot the last game? I guess everyone sucked against the Mavericks. So yeah, no, play on.
Yeah, hot. No, this is my hot take. Here's your Asar Thompson light.
Shit, mate. Asar
Light.
is in a
I said
different
light.
league. It's very
said
light.
light.
Asar's in a
I
different league.
said him light. I'm talking about one of these rookies. I'm talking about a rookie who can come into your team and help buoy your defensive stats and help drip in some points. It will be inefficient at times. I do not think there is another rookie out there, apart from if their name is Victor Wembanyama or Chet Holmgren, who is contributing actively that many defensive stats on your fantasy team this season, unless it's one of those two blokes, or it's Asar, or it's Koulibaly. Like, I just don't see it happening. That's me.
Yeah,
so
unless there's an injury to like Fred in Houston and then amends getting his time to shine. Yeah, I 100% agree.
Or Cam Whitmore comes in and just does some amazing things, but I don't think I don't think anyone profiles as good defensively as those blokes. Next up, we're looking for the 76ers and the Hawks. Again, Roko being a stream target there. Bogdan Bogdanovic is pretty much gone in most of your leagues. And again, this is the thing. We did Bogdan the other day, and I was surprised to see Bogdan still existing in some leagues. He has absolutely crept up now. He is 66% rostered. That's up 3% in the last day. So Bogdan Bogdanovic is still around in a lot of leagues. Keep your eyes on Bogdan Bogdanovic. He had an absolute scorcher the other day, like an absolute season high in points. It was absolutely brilliant, but he adds peripherals. He's actually had a steal. He averages out to 1.5 steals a game. He got back on track with 2 after not getting any, but it was 3, 2, and 1 before then. He gets you assists, he gets you threes, and he's been doing it at decent enough efficiency. The eight free throws, again, will not be repeated in my mind. But no, I'm going to go Bogdan over 10 points.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I think we just ride that hot streak. He was really, really good. This is a bloody tough game here. Obviously, these are all in-season tournament games as well, so there's a little bit more going on here. So I'm not.
I think that this is the biggest test. I think the 76ers. I'm going to go out on a limb and say the 76ers.
I would also. Is it in Philly or is it in Atlanta?
This one, yeah, it's in Atlanta. It's in Atlanta.
Yeah,
I'm going to say Philly, a bounce back game from them after a close loss to the 70s, a close loss to the Celtics the other day. Yeah. I see the 76ers having a good bounce back performance tomorrow.
Yeah, I can see that too. I would say that too, but I'm just going to I would be leading the head-to-head out in this one. Hawks can get bloody hot bloody quickly, so I'm going to give that a bit of a wait and see.
And we are going to target some Joel Embiid points for over 25 tomorrow. I'm going to target Joel Embiid for over. Going against Clint Capella, I just think his big body and his frame in a bounce-back game, even in Congo, I think he's got that big man strength. I'm going to be looking at him for over 24 points tomorrow. It's just an early thing with on Embiid. I think just over 24 points on a bounce-back game against him. And I'm looking for Trae Young's assist, possibly going over, making an alternate line over I think over 6.5 or over 7.5 is something you want to look at tomorrow.
They won't give you that, but I'd happily take 10. No worries.
You reckon if I can get him under on a decent return, about $1.10, $1.20 to add to a parlay or a multi-bet, I will be seeing what my little bottom on my alternative line of Trae Young assists is. I'll just be curious to see, because we stack it up. If we can bring it down and we still get value there, I'll be looking at that one. Pistons, Cavs, staying well clear of until we get an update on Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland.
Yep, I agree. I think Mitchell plays and I think Garland misses. So I would be taking LeVert for 15 points. I think he's been looking really nice to start the year. If I just need to check the lineups on Detroit's side. So Duran is out. So I think this could be quite a game by Mobley. They will look for him quite well, but they need one of Garland or Mitchell to be able to set him up as well. So, but I think this could be a Mobley game.
Now, Dean Wade did move into the starting lineup the other day, but just be careful of Craig Porter Jr.'s minutes as well. He'll be probably getting an increased role if both Mitchell and Garland are out tomorrow. Right. As far as we're concerned with the Pistons, look, again, we just want to watch what's going on with Killian Hayes and Alec Burks. They're seeming to return to strength outside Durham, but Marvin Bagley, again, he is listed as a game time decision for tomorrow currently with illness. If he is good to go, get Marvin Bagley in your team for a stream for rebounds and extra defense, a couple of extra defensive stats and a good field goal percentage. He has been bringing that this season. The Celts and the Raptors, next game up. Whew, this is going to be an interesting one. Celts and the Raptors.
Celtics and the Raptors, yeah. Righto. Here we go. This is going to be a good one.
Tatum?
I'm also thinking Celtics and Tatum. Depends on Brown and Porzingis as well. The Raptors do have good length as well to be able to do that against Brown and Tatum. I don't know. This is going to be a pretty good matchup, just depending on if Brown and Porzingis play. I could also see if they don't play. I mean, Toronto, it's not. They looked shit out last time, but they, I don't know.
They look bad. It's OG Anunoby. I think OG Anunoby is back tomorrow. He has been listed as. I'm going to check on OG Anunoby. Could you check OG Anunoby there? I've been told that he's returning as well. I know you got that up on your list. I am double checking now.
OG,
apparently he's
game time. Doesn't look like he's
he's still game time. And this is the thing. He has, so is Gary Trent Jr., but OG is the one I want to watch there. He just adds that increased defensive presence. After the last one, he didn't come back that well. I'm sticking away from this game for now. But again, we're going to look at our streams. We're going to look at our stream options. Again, this is a low volume. It's a high volume day. So we don't need to do anything crazy. We don't need to make any last minute tactical changes. We don't need to be, Jalen Brown and Kristaps is out. So Horford becomes a must start. House is going to get minutes. Cornette is going to get minutes. They only rolled out 9 guys the other day, and Banton got 8 minutes down the stretch. Like, we're not going to make anything dumb and basically throw a guy away just to bring Luke Cornette into our team for the season. Like, we're not going to do that. So we guess we can be very careful. We'll stay away until we get we're going to stay away until we get the injury update on this one. The next one, I am really curious by this game for the next one. It is an in-season tournament game, and I am thinking in my mind that the Kings have got this in the bag against the Spurs, and I think De'Aaron Fox is going to go for over 26 points.
Yeah, I could definitely see that as well. I think this could be a massive Fox game. He's just too quick for everyone, I believe.
Way too quick for Sohan, his matchup. Like, there's way too quick.
They may even put Branham on him, and I still think he's going to absolutely smoke him. So, with the sellout as well. Keldon Johnson could be coming back tomorrow, which is nice for them. But, I think this is going to be quite a I think the Kings take this quite easily, and I think this could be quite a smacking too. Spurs have shown that they've had struggled scoring the ball at times, and the Kings have no trouble with scoring the ball. They are just hot as all hell. So I would say this could be a big win situation where the Kings win plus 11.
And I'm just going to go out and call this exactly how it is as well. I am very curious to see what happens. Very curious to see what happens on this one with one Mr. Trey Jones, because if De'Aaron Fox absolutely cooks Sohan, this could be, if you're looking to stream in some assists, Trey Jones would be a guy you could bring into this game and absolutely get a run out of on this one. I fully feel that one.
Trey is game time decision as well. He might not play.
He's a game, look, but I think he'll play. The last time game time decision, he's always been more dependable to play. I'm fingers across, but I can see him getting a role out there, especially if Sohan's getting cooked, especially if he's getting beaten. I can see him having a role. The Magic and the shithouse Chicago Bulls. Look, again. Look, I think a bounce back Kobe White game for the day. Alex Caruso is apparently being, Zach LaVine is apparently being traded, and Alex Caruso apparently, if he's made available, will be optioned up to any one of 10 plus teams, was the report today. They are in a state of flux. I don't know what to make of them. But the Magic, they're playing well. Yep. But Fultz is still a game time decision. So we're looking at Anthony Black.
Fultz is gone.
Well, he's gone. So that's what I'm saying. We're looking at Cole Anthony as our stream targets. Anthony Black again. Jalen Suggs available in leagues. That big just lineup of guards is what we really want to look at.
Yep, agreed. Also, too, Jonathan Isaac played 17, 18 minutes the last game against the Bulls. Positive to be able to that his minutes are ramping up, so that's good to keep an eye on. DeRozan may be back for this game. If DeRozan plays, I think it's going to be a bit more of
a tighter game.
Liking. Yep. It was already a tight game. Parlay won it on the buzzer the other day, and both teams looked pretty shit house. But I think if DeRozan plays and Caruso plays, then I think the Bulls may be able to bounce back and take this one in Chicago.
Yeah, 100%. I'm
Chicago?
thinking the same thing.
Am I?
Yeah, Chicago's the home team this week. Playing at home is the Pelicans versus the Nuggets. Look, I'm just curious to see this matchup depending on who rolls out there with the game. We're looking at the New Orleans Pelicans lineup for injuries for the day. Look, they've been decimated. Like Alvarado's out, Murphy's out, Larry Nance Jr., and obviously CJ McCollum. Hawkins has been the stream option there. But Ingram and Williamson, Zion, they're all looking in. And what I'm curious is by how they match up size-wide, Valanciunas against Jokic. This is going to be an interesting time because the Nuggets struggle against size. So I'm kind of going to steer away from any big, like massive Jokic punts on this one. And just to see, I'm going to let it roll out. You're going to let it, you're going to hit it?
Last time, the Nuggets played the Pelicans. Nuggets won 134 to 116. Jokic had 35, 14, and 12. Absolutely destroyed them in every single way possible. This was the game that Jordan Hawkins had 31 points. Yeah. Zion nearly had a triple-double. I'm happy to take Aaron Gordon for 15 as well. He's just been looking solid as a goddamn rock all year. I'm so glad I have him in about 3 of my leagues as well.
And he went so late. He went so late in drafts. I mean,
I got him with my second last pick in 3 drafts. I got him with my second last. I kept looking at it. I'm like, there's no one else here. And I'm just like, I'm still going to keep picking up Gordon. I don't care.
Gordon is dependable. Dependable 100%.
So but I'll take Jokic for a triple-double and Nuggets. I'm not going to put the head-to-head. Just I want to see. But I'm going to take Jokic for a triple-double.
Man, I don't know. I think the last time I saw the Nuggets struggle with size after, that last win was against the Timberwolves. And I think I'm just curious to see how, because I think people saw that against the Timberwolves and could start to put 2 and 2 together, which makes an impact at the end of the day. The next one is the Suns and the Jazz. Game time decision for Booker and for Beal again. We just want to see those guys out there the whole time. The Suns, I would expect, would win this game.
If Booker and Beal are in, then I'll take, even if it's just Booker, I feel confident with just Book in there. If it's Beal, I think it might be a bit tighter of a game. But last time they played, Suns won by 22 points. That was with KD. Do they have anyone else? No, it looked like it was just KD. Yep. Just KD, and they still smacked them. So, I'll definitely take the Suns there.
Next one up is the Lakers and the Trailblazers. The Lakers handed the Trailblazers the L last time. I expected to bounce back from Anthony. Look, can I just be honest? I like Anthony Davis this season. I like his honesty. Because after being absolutely smacked upside his head by Sabonis the other day, he's like, actually, I was shit. That was my fault. We lost because of me. And usually he's like, oh, yeah, we'll play better. That ownership from him was very impressive from Anthony Davis. I'm expecting him to absolutely just do some things to dominate and that aren't human or natural. And obviously, I think the Lakers are going to get the win here. And Cam Reddish, revenge game?
Well, he's already had the revenge game because he had 18, 7, and 2, and I think he had 5 steals or something like that last time against the Blazers.
I'm saying it again. I'm just saying it again.
30, 13, and 6 last time they played, which was last week. So that was without LeBron. LeBron should play tomorrow, I believe. So, I think another Lakers. I think Lakers win. Shout out Mickey Dell. Fuck the Lakers.
Yep.
But
hey. Enough of that hate speech. Enough of that hate speech on this pod.
Fuck them.
Enough of that hate speech.
Scholar Mays is the stream, and also Matisse Thybulle. Thybulle looking a bit better offensively in the last couple of games. Still keeping his defensive stats up. Yeah, a couple of his defensive stats still there as well. I think he's averaged 3 steals over his last 2 games, so that's nice. And Matisse is probably Scholar Mays is probably the streamer if you have a spot for tomorrow out of all the games. And then Matisse, if you really want to go rogue, Scholar's already gone. So that's about it. No one from the Lakers.
Nah, no one really there, apart from obviously Cam Reddish or Rui, depending on the game time decision, or depending also on game time decision of LeBron. In that case, Rui and Cam obviously become much more viable options, especially if they're.
Would you take Skylar Mays or would you take Rui Hachimura?
I'd take Cam Reddish.
Really, you take Cam Reddish over
because I value because because I value the
valuing
steals.
steals higher. Okay, right.
I'm valuing the steals higher because it's a harder cat to find. So I'm valuing that. I like look because if they're at the end of the strength as well, because they're going to have a good defensive team. Skylar is I just think there's a bit more dependent. Look, to be fair, I would take Skylar Mays because he's a starter and he's got a bigger roadmap for opportunity. But if LeBron is out and Cam starts, I'd probably just have to lean for those rebounds. If he can be efficient, a better field goal percentage than Skylar, a good free throw percentage, rebounds, steals, blocks. If I'm going to get steals and blocks from Cam Reddish, and I'm going to get maybe I can take 8 less points in my life. I can. But what I can take more of is 7 stocks. I can take that. I can take 4 stocks. I can take 5 stocks more than the 0 stocks that Skylar might give me.
Well,
because there's a
whole been going too badly on how I'm just trying to find the Portland versus Lakers game when here it is. Hang on a second. So when they last played, Skylar had 15, 4, and 12 on 53% shooting, while Cam Reddish had 18, 7, 2, 3, and 1 on 70% shooting. So I can see your argument to it. I think
it depends as the steals. Those assists fluctuate though for Skylar. So there was
but they still have assists.
There was but 4 last game. Look, the 10, the 12, and the 11, we kind of get tied to that. It was keen, but before that, in the 16 minutes as the starter, it's been pretty good. But I'm just favoring the defensive stats. I'm favoring them because in those 3 games, he's got 3 blocks and steals in 3 games.
No worries. I can definitely. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I like it as well.
I think that's where I'm at. Just because the assist, I'm kind of punting assists in this one. So I think I'm in one of in the league that I'm thinking about. So for me, I'm not really gravitating towards those. Yeah. If you need assists and Skylar Mays is on your waiver wire, he's rostered in 48% of Yahoo leagues. Again, pick him because he's the starter. Pick him up because he's the starter 100% of the time. And I'm probably just tied to the fact if LeBron is out and I need defensive stats that are harder to come by to help tip me in 2 areas. Yeah. Especially his blocks can be really edgy and steals. I'm probably just looking there.
I think that's why I'm more leaning Skylar, just because I know he can pretty much get me. He's got the ball in his hands the whole time. Besides when Shaden goes 1-on-1. So I think I'm just a bit more thinking about that. But let's talk about the last game of the day and the big boys in the West, the Houston Rockets versus the Los Angeles Clippers. Mate,
your Misso's favorite.
I don't know about you, but Clippers are looking better. I'll give them that. But the Rockets are looking bloody good.
I heard the Bill Simmons podcast the other day with Doc Rivers, and they were talking about and Bill went through the teams, who was going to win against who, which teams, because they're on a heater. The Rockets are on a heater, and he asked Doc Rivers point blank, who would win this game, and he was like, "Oh, Clippers, they're better than the Rockets," but he said he can see a pathway where the Rockets are can give him some problems. I think he actually said the Rockets right now, but not down the line. Okay. The Rockets are playing really, really well. We also have to remember the Clippers center spot is, they've had to sign Daniel Tice. I think Şengün can have a game. I think Şengün could have a game tomorrow. Yep. I think the overall team is better from the Clippers, but the starting 5 is better. I think the youth and the ability for them to run off the league. I would not be surprised tomorrow if we see the Houston Rockets get a win. I would not be you wouldn't shock me with that at this point. You wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me.
I'm more leaning Clips tomorrow. I don't know. I just feel like the experience might be a bit more. They looked like they've got it a bit more together with against that game against the Nuggets. I think the experience kind of outreigns how the Rockets can operate here. I think they match up quite well against them as well. So I do like the Rockets' depth as well. I think I'm leaning more Clippers, but I'm not going to go head to head. I don't know what I like in this game. Harden could.
I'm probably just going to go plus 5.5 assists for Şengün.
Okay, I like that.
I would probably do something like that, and plus 6.5 assists for Van Vliet as well.
Oh, okay.
Because he's going to get some. He's going to see a lot. Oh, let's go Şengün then. I trust Şengün with the hand in his ball tomorrow more than anything else. And I guess that brings it to it. We'll put it up. And again, like we did last week, we will chat in the morning. We will put that up on our feed. We will love you. We will leave you. This has been Heat Check. My good friend Skidmore.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Matty G.
Make sure you like and subscribe inside Podcast Network. We'll catch you soon.